on to another exclusive. While the government is all set to overhaul the Pharma FDI policy, it's said to be working on mandating minimum required expenditure on R&D in India.
Well, sources have indicated that government could well be looking at 20% expenditure year on year on R&D. And Priyal has more on this. Priyal, 20% seems to be pretty high.
Well, absolutely, and that's perhaps the reason that there are these strong talks that are going on amongst various stakeholders. And as we understand, that the government is looking at the 20% figure for expenditure, which it would perhaps look at making mandatory for companies for research and development. Remember, there were two issues really which concerned the government, and therefore the reason was that they were looking at the overhaul of the Pharma FDI policy. First being the cost of drugs, and the second being that very limited R&D that is happening in India. And therefore, the government is said to be mulling the whole FDI in pharma policy, especially as far as the brownfield investment is concerned. Now, while the contours of that are being worked out, we understand from sources that 20% is a figure that has been talked about as a compulsory R&D that would be put on year basis. Now, of course, there is no consensus as yet, as we understand, but the fact remains that government is very sure that there will be a certain level of mandatory limit that they will be putting as far as R&D investments are concerned for any brownfield investments by any foreign pharma companies that is willing to come into India. Now, experts pointed out with mixed response. Of course, for the companies which are looking at coming into India, it spells bad news. But the other experts also point out that given that there is very, very limited research and development that has happened in the pharma sector in the country, it could be an important, issue that would make it mandatory that, India becomes much better as far as research and development in pharma is concerned.